Hello, my name is Fahd Dilawar. I will be presenting one of the most remembered presidential speeches in the history of the United States. It celebrated the end of the Civil War and turned out to be the building block of this nation's foundation for freedom. The stage was set on Gettysburg, Pennsylvania battlefield on November 19, 1863, where about 4 months ago, 7,500 brave men lost their lives to uphold the principles of Declaration of Independence. The battlefield was being dedicated as the national cemetery where these men were to be buried. The burial work was only half complete at the time when Lincoln delivered this famous speech. The event was attended by approximately 15,000 people. Families, government officials, and town people. This is my favorite scene in the entire book because while it is one of the shortest presidential speeches, 2 minutes and 10 sentences only, it is the turning point in the history of the United States, which marked the rebirth of equality for all its citizens. 407 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot allow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but can never forget what they did here. It is for us a living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.